come forward, hero. Now, listen. Seems the raid on the Adventurers Guild was just one attack among many today. There's atrocities happening all over Scarabray. And Dalgleish, Ringneck, and the Green Lady, who you met during the fighting, have gone to look into some of them. I promised I'd send help if I could find any. Would you look for them and give them a hand? This is the old town, the original Scarabray. When the mad god Tarjan attacked it with fire and storm a century and a half ago, the earth shook so the muddy hills around the town flowed down and buried it to the gables. Ever since, the poor and outcast and outlaw have been digging it out again, little by little, making a home in the dark. Now, there's not much more to tell. I can never remember any details of where or how. I just know the troubles we're having now will end when you end them. And somehow, you'll end me too. I only wish I knew why. The Fatherites claim that elves, dwarves, drow, and those who practice magic or follow the old ways are enemies of their faith. But until all this magical mayhem started, the most they would do was preach against us. Now it seems they want to wipe us out, as if that would make them safe. It isn't us behind this terror. Ha! Ringneck's a collector, I'll call him. Likes shiny things. He was looking into a kidnapping in Wellbottom, the trow camp here in Scarabray below. I'd look for him first, as Wellbottom's nearby. Then he can help you find the others. Dalgleish is a dwarf smith and a long-time protector of Scarabray. Someone's been attacking his clients, and he fears it's because he's investigating these terrors. He was off just before the raid to lie in wait for the devils at a client's stall in Scarabray above. She's an elf who dedicated herself to caring for the poorest in Scarabray. She'd heard some rumours of elves luring children away from their families, like in the old tales. She went above ground to learn the truth of it. If you need some kit, peek in those crates. Won't do to go around defenceless in days like these.
Hello, friends. It's a pleasure to make your acquaintance. I'm Sir Stephen of Dengler. Can't talk long. Black Hawk and I are flying off to Lestras soon. That's right, flying. I ride on the back of a great hawk, crossing land and sea as easy as others cross the street. It's always been a dream of mine to circumnavigate the world, and I'm well on my way. Black Hawk is the name of my Black Hawk. Yes, he's a big old bird. Wings wider than the gates of Scarabray. Have him perched on top of Kyralan's tower right now. But you can't see him. Oh no, I've made him invisible so he won't scare the populace. See you soon.
Ah, another weary soul. Not many creature comforts yet here at the new guild, but Granny Goodnight and I managed to put a few kegs in a barrow as we were running out. So, how about a drink? Ah, in the old days, the guild was out in the open. A place for treasure hunters, sell swords, and practitioners to find work and tell tall tales. These days, it's the last refuge for anyone who doesn't fit into the Fatherites' narrow little world. Mages, rogues, folk of the old races. They can all have a drink and know they're not going to have any trouble. Well, they could until tonight. Aye, didn't he make it? Poor soul. Paladin got her before I could get him. No half the barkeep she was, but I'll do my best. It's no much, but... Happy drinking, friend.
If you want something, spit it out. No time for any hemming and hawing. Aside from listening to Jackdaw and Numpties, I hire out sell swords to them that can afford it. Are you in the market? Not without a token, you won't. Aside from listening to Jackdaw and Numpties, I hire out sell swords to them that can afford it. Are you in the market? Fine. What do you want to change? Thank you kindly for your business. Now piss off.
My friends, see you soon.
So, this sage can save the world?
Only if he's freed. And that is my quest. To free him from his prison, so that he may save us.
What a story! I love it.
But there is no story yet. My journey has barely begun.
Maybe so, but it has so much potential. Who? Oh, hello! I don't suppose you have any stories? Farron Brygo is the name, impresario of theatrical entertainments and pageants of the mind. My company and I have performed before kings and queens on village greens and everything in between. We tell stories of all kinds, from tall tales of knights and thieves and bards, to poignant parables set in a world beyond the end of the world, to epics of gods and monsters, and those who wonder if they might be both. In my 40 years practicing my chosen trade, I have had the privilege of working with some of the finest magicians, storytellers, craftsmen, and artists the world has ever known. And it has been our continued pleasure to create together new and wondrous worlds for our audience to explore. My family were bankers in the land of the golden sun, but I left that trade to follow my love of art and storytelling and entertaining the people. I have never regretted it. I'm working on a new entertainment as we speak, about a band of bold adventurers trying to stop ancient evils from destroying the world. And I'm looking for inspiration. It occurred to me that the Adventurers Guild would be a good place to find some. Good talking to you. See you again.
Ah, hello. Good to meet fellow seekers of adventure. I am Egbar Andros, known as Stronghold. It seems I've come to your city in dark times. I have sought adventure for many years. First as a mercenary in Sarai, then as a treasure hunter and thief. Then one day in a market in Gouache, I heard a song that told of a great sage trapped in an endlessly repeating dream. The song said that if the sage was freed from his dream, he would turn the world from the path of ruin. And I, suddenly feeling I had unwittingly been treading just such a path, decided I would find the sage and wake him and help him to save the world. I have been seeking him ever since and had many adventures along the way. A name from my mercenary days. I was known to hold the line and never break, and to close the gaps when others fled. Murders, disappearances, intolerance, hate, the clash of the old and the new. All this is happening within your walls. It makes me wonder if the ruin the sage is meant to save us from is close at hand. If it is, then I must find him quickly and stop telling tales in taverns. Good luck on your adventures, friends. I hope you find what you seek.